Listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I want to talk to y'all real quick. Hold on for a minute, wait a minute, hold on, wait. Shout out to everybody out there. It's a little bit of drama going on. Your boy is back. Phone's going crazy. Let me go ahead and turn this off. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shout out to everybody out there. A little bit of drama. Y'all know what we gotta do for 2025 now. You know what I'm saying? Bad News told everything he did. 100% accuracy. Officer T. Ward knows. He told everything. Wait a minute. 100% accuracy. Knowledge is owed afoot by clone. I do want to put that out there. Bad news. Sorry. Bad news talked reckless about your boy before, so I gotta start these intros out like this. Bad news. Chased Officer T. Ward down. We don't use real names up in here. He chased Officer T. Ward down. Say, Officer T. Ward, turn that body cam off, please. Hand me that binder over there that had all the suspects in it. Officer T. Ward gave Bad News the binder, and Bad News pointed out number 4. It's over. It is what it is. I do want to put that out there. Clone owes knowledge afoot. He talked to them feds, told them everything in an interview that was caught in 4K, and told those officers, he said, what do I got to say to get up out of here? That's what he did. No McDonald's, no Burger King, no Five Guys, no In-N-Out Burger, no nothing. Taco Bell, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And he told everything. Clones fans is in here. They don't want me to say this, but let me say it again. Bad News told everything. Put some rocks in the chat for Clean Paper, please. Can we get some rocks in the chat? We adding people to the intro. Clean has been running off with deposits, not doing battles. Put some rocks in the chat for Clean, please. I think he's Jeezy's biggest customer. I'm just putting that out there. We got some ghostwriters up in the culture. Shout out to them. Writing for people. Appreciate them. Put them ghosts up in this chat, please. You know what I'm saying? If you know somebody who's got a ghostwriter, put their names up in this chat. I do want to say that real quick. You know what I'm saying? See them ghosts popping up. Before we get started, I do want to say shout out to MASE. MASE Besta. That's how you say it. MASE Besta. Him and Cameron, they got a tournament going on, and they've, you know, MASE has some words to say. He's been judging some of these battles. And he judged, he was trying to judge the Danny Myers versus Yoshi G battle, and he didn't like it. He kind of went off, you know, saying that, you know, he don't want to get on camera for this battle. He didn't think it was a good battle, all of that. And he was kind of wilding, you know, basically saying it was trash. It was a trash battle. What do y'all think about it? I seen a little bit of it, of the battle. I mean, it wasn't as bad as he was saying, but you know, I think for the most part, I didn't think he went too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to MASE. I mean, he did tell him what it was. You know what I mean? There's money involved here. You know what I mean? Like, what is it? $100,000, or $50,000, 25, $100,000. If it's money involved, I think he has a right to say his opinion. You know what I'm saying? Me being real about it. And like with both competitors, I didn't think they were crazy. You know, I thought it was a little light. I'm not gonna lie. You know, so it is what it is with their shout out to Bonnie Godiva. Bonnie Godiva was recycling. Bonnie, you know I love you now. It is what it is. She owned up to the recycling on Twitter, and she said like she would recycle. I think she said, "Yo, this is for 100,000. I'm gonna recycle some of these bars that I created." Y'all tell me what y'all think. If this is like an outside a situation, it's not URL, it's not King of the Dot, it's not RB, it's not nothing like that, right? And you going and you doing a battle, and it's a lot of money at stake. Is recycling allowed? I'm just asking y'all. For me, I don't think people should be recycling just whatever. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's a different situation, and some people feel differently about that. I see a lot of the comments, some people feeling kind of differently about it. Shout out to Bonnie didn't care. She was like, I recycle and what? You know what I mean? Shout out to Bonnie Godieva. You know, so I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below about that. But as far as Mace, y'all understand, like, he's got to, if he wants to make, if him and Cameron want to put the most amount of eyes on this tournament, sometimes they gotta say crazy stuff, you know, and sometimes like the battlers, you might have to catch a couple strays, you know what I mean, in order for people to see it and people to want to know what they going off about, you know. So it's just, you know, it's a way to get into the algorithm, because if y'all didn't pay attention before, nobody was talking about this tournament other than when Head Ice no-showed Easy to Block Out. That's the only time people talked about it. Now that Mace has went off, you know what I mean, now everybody is talking about it, you know. So I do want to put that out there, you know. So sometimes you gotta do stuff to get people's attention. But I don't think he went too crazy on Danny and Yoshi. I think he just gave his opinion, and it's 100,000. You expect the best material, and if that's what you're getting, and if you Mace and Cameron, you know, Mace said what he said, you know what I'm saying. But shout out to Mace, shout out to Cameron. No disrespect there. Easy to Block Captain went off on DNA. Before I get started with this, I ended up playing a subscriber in Mortal Kombat. I lost that game. I'm not happy. That's why I'm a little mad. Went up against a YN and lost. And I don't normally lose that. I think he's a tournament player. You know, I think he is. I think he's like a tournament player. So I lost that game. I'm not feeling that. Y'all, YNs, aren't y'all supposed to be carjacking or something? Sitting up on here winning Mortal Kombat games. Shout out to him, though. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, oh, he looked like he'd be carjacking. He ain't gonna win this battle. You know, I got Raiden. He got Sub-Zero, and it didn't go my way. I want my rematch. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But we're gonna get into this. So easy. When you lose, hold on, gang. When you lose, I'm venting here. When you lose a battle to Mortal Kombat, I've heard everything. Your blogs is whack. My favorite battler, I hate you. You need to be canceled. League owners being mad. I've heard a lot of different things. I have like lost to Mortal Kombat, and he laughed like he was online. And we was playing Mortal Kombat. He's laughing and giggling while he's winning. Man, I almost broke my TV up in here. You want to laugh? Should be doing some carjackings or something. But shout out to him. He won, you know what I mean? But as far as Easy to Block Captain, Easy went off on DNA, responding to DNA, you know, and he said a couple of choice things. Easy said, yo, we didn't even know you was gone. Talk about the retirement. We thought, we didn't know you was gone. This like a fake retirement. He's saying things like, this is the biggest finesse because you got people thinking you retiring. We ain't even know you left. You know, is what Easy is saying. So he's saying like you're selling snorters powder or something. He said, you know, that drug talk. You know, and he's saying like, yo, it's a big finesse because you want more money, but people don't really even remember you leaving. You know, so Easy was kind of wilding in his live. And he was like, you ain't got to worry about me editing footage because you ain't doing a battle over here, we ain't gonna have your footage. You know, so I don't know. EAZY was going off. Shout out to EAZY the Block Cat. I think he had put it on members only. I think he made it public today. And I posted a clip of it on Twitter. DNA saw it, and then DNA put his response underneath the post that I made, right? So I went to DNA's YouTube channel, and I watched what DNA was saying. DNA went crazy, bro. He had a bad word in the title. I'm on BS. I'm not going to say I need my $5. He said, I'm on BS, right? He said the whole word. So I'm like, oh, I got to watch this. He went crazy. He said, oh, EAZY, you think you the algorithm? He said the only reason why you were the algorithm because you attached yourself to a big name, which was a URL. He was like, if I was attaching my name to the URL and go at the URL, I would be in the algorithm, but I could do the algorithm game without doing that. You know what I'm saying? Then he started pointing to the blogs and all of that. He was like, yo, you thought you was the algorithm, but your blog barely cracked 5,000 views. I did like 20-something thousand talking about my health. You know what I'm saying? Or 30,000 talking about this. And if you look at, you know, interviews and stuff like that, DNA is putting up some numbers. I ain't gonna even lie. I had to, y'all know your boy don't really blog on nothing unless it's number oriented. You know what I'm saying? Say what it is. But DNA's been putting up some numbers I've been seeing. So I've been talking about the EAZY and DNA situation. You know what I mean? And he ain't lying about them numbers. DNA's been putting up some mean numbers, talking about battle rap and coming back to battle rap and different things, or him addressing EAZY's putting up numbers. So EAZY went live talking about DNA, and he did put up, I think it was like, I think it was a couple thousand when I seen it, and then he put it on private. Now it's back on public, and he's got 6,500 views. But this is 21 hours ago, but it's been on, not private, but it's been on members only for a while. You know what I'm saying? So eventually the numbers are going to start going up. So it's on 6,500 right now. So I don't know, like, DNA was talking, he was talking pretty reckless. He was like, yo, just to show you I'm not coming back to battle rap because I need to battle like you. I'm coming back to battle rap because it's a competitor thing. I'll book you. Yo! He said, give me like the price, the general booking of EAZY price, and I will book the battle. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll make it. And I think DNA could do it. The only reason I think he could do it, I mean, he brought Harry into the fold, right? And like all of these different sponsors he's been bringing in. He was saying things that was kind of crazy in that blog. He was like, yeah, you might pay people, but I pay, he said, I pay for generations or something, he said. I was like, what is he talking? DNA was like, yo, caffeine. You know what I'm saying? And he was just naming like different things he paid for that had mad people like battling and gave people like mad looks. You know what I'm saying? So the way he was talking was kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think DNA ready for this. He was like, yo, we can go blog for blog if you want to. You drop a blog, I drop a blog. We can keep doing this. We can keep going. You know what I mean? Like, I know the algorithm game. You are not the algorithm like you think you are. Oh! What y'all think about? DNA was talking reckless. And I titled it Ether because DNA said, yo, y'all speak on this, say it's Ether. So I titled it Ether. DNA was going off. He was like, this is going to hurt you. He's like, what I say, what I got ready for you, is going to hurt you. But this right here, this blog is going to hurt you. Oh, I don't know. DNA was going off. He said, I'm done with humble DNA that has done nothing for me. The culture don't respect that. Now I am on BS. And he was talking. He was like, yo, you editing footage out? The bulls, I remember watching the Shotgun Suge battle, hearing the 3-0 chants, and then, you know, the footage doesn't have the 3-0 chants. And I remember the 3-0 chants. DNA said that. Right? EAZY did respond later on, like when that came out. I think I said it. And EAZY said that he did not edit out any 3-0 chants. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, DNA said he heard it. So I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below about that. But EAZY tried to break it down. He was just like, yo, if I'm guaranteed 500 pay-per-views, if I'm doing a battle and I'm gonna at least 500 pay-per-views are gonna come from me, you have to guarantee that you're gonna at least somewhat match that, right? To make it worth me paying you a lot of money. You know, otherwise, like, because he's saying, like, yo, he may be guaranteeing, like, at least 500 pay-per-views. He's using that as a number, right? Maybe guaranteeing 500 pay-per-views, but somebody else can bring in 25 pay-per-views, right? So 525 pay-per-views, but then they can win a lot of money, you know? So I don't know. You know, this is kind of how EAZY the Black Captain is breaking it down. I think if EAZY and DNA get booked, bro, I think people are going to watch that. For one, DNA's talking heavy, and people want to see what he can do. Another thing is the way DNA is talking and breaking down the culture and what's going on, and how he's showing how he's a student of this and watching everything. I think he would be a very dangerous opponent right now. You know what I'm saying? Me being all the way real about it, I think he'd be very dangerous. You know, so I think a person like EAZY would. I think he would do the battle. I don't think EAZY's running from a DNA battle. I think he said they put out an offer. Maybe the offer wasn't what DNA wanted, you know, but then DNA said, like, I don't want my footage to be in the hands of, you know, EAZY because I'm a businessman. You're a businessman, and I know how you operate. I'm just quoting what he said, right? He said, I know how you operate. I come over there to your league, and I kick your A word. Next thing you know, the booze is edited out. You know, the chance is gone. The footage is manipulated. Like, this is what DNA is saying. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I can't leave my return battle in your hands. So it could have been multiple different ways or reasons as to why DNA didn't want to do the deal with either if it was Chrome or Trenches. You know, so I don't know. You know, I want the battle to happen. If DNA can make the battle happen, I will be promoting it because I want to see that. Hey, DNA versus Mickey Facts. DNA can get crazy, bruh. You know, and then him not being involved in battle rap like that, like having to come back and remind people who he is. You know, you don't have to remind people. Already know he's DNA. You know what I'm saying? But he's got that mindset, like, yo, I'm gonna come back and really show people, like what I do. You know what I mean? Like that. I think that will be dangerous. This dude's got crazy freestyle ability. Well, no, man. This could be a very, very interesting battle. But like he said something, DNA was like, yo, I could book this on Smack. He said, I'll have you on the app. Oh, DNA's talking reckless. He said, I will have you on the app. But EAZY did give DNA some respect. He was like, yo, I see you making moves outside of battle rap, you know, like that's cool. You getting your money outside of battle rap and TV and stuff like that. That's cool. But does it translate to battle rap? Are you going to bring those fans into battle rap? Are they going to end up buying pay-per-views because, you know, you're doing all of these extra things outside of battle rap? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's only one way to find out is if it can get booked. Now, I will say DNA don't look like he's hurting for money. Don't. He's got the chains on. You know what I mean? I'm a YN too. You know what I'm saying? I seen all them chains. I started looking online for them face masks. Like, wait a minute. DNA, is that 100,000 on your neck? You know what I'm saying? Y'all know it's instinct. Whenever we see why, you know, people rolling around with 100,000 worth of chains, the YN kicks in. What can I DNA shining a little too much. I used to listen to DMX. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. No, I'm not on that time. But shout out to DNA. DNA look like he getting money. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. He looked like he's getting a lot of money. So we'll see if EAZY ends up responding. One thing I will say, right? The marketing and promotion will be there. Head Ice didn't market the EAZY battle, right? And I know EAZY, I think EAZY gonna go off. Hold on, let me go to EAZY's Twitter, see if he's going off right now. I think he's going off. Let's go. Oh, yeah. All right. EAZY's going off right now. Shout out to everybody. He's going off. EAZY said, N-word said my cholesterol, the algorithm. I like that kind of talk. Your boy had some cholesterol issues 2 years ago. Had to go ahead and finish being healthy, stop eating bad, all like that. So cholesterol is serious. EAZY is going crazy right now. Let's see what EAZY is saying. So I posted DNA on Demon Time with EAZY the Block Captain, right? And then EAZY goes in and said, that's why he don't want to come back. And then he showed DNA versus Dre Dennis, 93,000 views. Ooh. And then he's posting Loso, think the battle rap fan base is understanding how emotional September is for the culture. We need talking about that's not going in on DNA. But yeah, he's going in on DNA right here. DNA, he's talking about your views. So I think this would make for a good battle, because this is going to be here's the thing, right? And this is me being 100%. I do feel like the Remy angle, right, that people have been using is why they've been winning the EAZY battles. That's what I think, right? If DNA is saying he will beat EAZY the Block Captain without using the Remy Ma angle, right? It's just me being 100%, right? So if EAZY is saying, like, if they don't use the Remy angle, none of these guys can rap with me, right? So this will be a test for EAZY and a test for DNA, but more so a test for EAZY. It's like, yo, you saying you better than all of these guys if they don't use the Remy angle. DNA is outwardly saying, I am not going to use this Remy Ma angle to battle you, and I'm still going to win against you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think DNA is crafty enough to not do it. You know what I'm saying? To not use the Remy angle. Do we want the Remy angle not to be used in a battle? That's another situation. You know what I'm saying? Some people will want it. The Remy angle, I don't think that's an angle we get tired of. You know what I'm saying? If it's done right, but if somebody else can introduce a new way, a methodology of handling this battle without doing anything, it would be interesting. Now, if he's saying he's not using the Remy angle DNA, does that mean he's not using Papoose as well? Is he just gonna rap with EAZY? That's what I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this battle, if it happens. But as far as marketing and promotion, I think this battle will be marketed and promoted more than anything. You know what I'm saying? In the next couple months. Because you got, like Mook and Hitman that's going on. It's going to happen relatively soon. What, like 3 weeks or something like that? 2-3 weeks? 3 weeks? Relatively soon. And that's like barely being marketed. We did get a face-off that was good. Other than that, it's like, people talked about the face-off, but not much marketing. A lot of other battles are going to be on the card, not much marketing. So I think if this was to be booked, a lot of marketing. But EAZY said this is not his next battle. So, and EAZY was kind of feeling some type of way because he feels like, I think they were in Miami or something, right? EAZY, Arsenal, and let me show y'all this. It was EAZY, Arsenal, and DNA, right? They was kicking it, I think, in maybe Orlando, right? They're in Orlando. And they all took a picture. They're chilling, right? All of a sudden, the video with DNA comes out addressing EAZY the Block Captain. So EAZY like, hold on, we was all cool. When did you do this? And I think in the Hip Hop Is Real interview, right? DNA had the same shirt on. This is how lethal DNA is. DNA will kick it with you and do a surgical attack on you. Shout out to DNA. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me go back real quick. I'm getting interested in this battle. I'm telling y'all, man. Hold on. Let's see if DNA, let's go to Hip Hop Is Real. Let's go here and let's go to where DNA was talking reckless. Hip Hop is Real. Y'all be uploading so much. Was it Hip Hop is Real? It was 15 Minutes of Fame. Maybe it's 15 Minutes of Fame. Because I don't see DNA on here. Maybe it's, I think it was, where is it at? Knowledge! Can't find it. Knowledge got 1 million blogs up. Let me do it this way. Man. Yep, he's wearing the same shirt. Let me show y'all this. DNA is playing no games out here. He doesn't care if he's cool with you. DNA wants that smoke. Move the same shirt. He was kicking it easy with. DNA. Not playing no games. Shout out to DNA. Somebody with the $5 donation, Big Money Boog, said, I still don't understand how somebody can lose a battle for bagging a millionaire, make it make sense. That's not what people are losing for. That's not what he's losing for. It's like the whole papusta, everything in its entirety. When you look at how Shotgun Suge crafted his material, Geechee Gotti crafted that third round, it's more to it than that, bro. It's not just that he, you know what I mean, he bagged like a millionaire. That's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think this battle will be something, it will be a test to see whether or not, you know, he could lose a battle, you know, without that angle, or is he going to win against DNA? Now, I will say EAZY is a student of the game, and he's very, very smart and methodical with his approaches with a lot of battlers. And you seen like his battle with Swamp. I think his second round was crazy. EAZY was floating in the second, right? So, you know, he could go up there. Now, with the, like, DNA, I feel like if you preparing for a battle with DNA, you have to be extremely strategic. You got to know what you're doing, bro. Because you don't know what he's going to do. He can punch, he can freestyle, he can angle you out. Like, he can go to different levels. Like, you know what I'm saying? Within, like, you know, a minute of each other. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. You know, this would be a very difficult battle, I think, for EAZY to take. But if he wants to do it, and, you know, maybe DNA could offer him the right amount of money, maybe he could do it. You know what I'm saying? But I will be watching it if it happens. But it's a battle I'm interested in. Like I said, I'm glad to see DNA's back talking reckless. I like that. You know, he's utilizing his channel again. He's going on different platforms talking. I like that. You know, I don't like when battlers just get booked and they don't say anything. They don't want to market. They don't want to promote. They just want to chill. Everybody's friends. You know what I mean? I don't like that. You know what I mean? Like, so if this is a person that's willing to market and promote and talk crazy, talk heavy, he's got access to different platforms. He's got a channel himself. It's got over 50,000 people following it. I'm going to listen. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to DNA, shout out to everybody. But I'm out. Comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about that. I'm just a blogger. Wait a minute. Before I get out of here, I do got to say this. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I did lose to Mortal Kombat. Ain't going to happen again. But Bad News told everything he did. 100% accuracy. Officer T. Ward knows. He told everything. Wait a minute. Cheese up in this chat, please. Cheese up in this chat. Clone owes Knowledge a foot. I do want to put that out there. Knowledge ain't get his foot yet. Gorgonzola Cheese up in the chat. Shout out to Marcus Chapman with the cheese in the chat. Hakavelli with the cheese in the chat. Appreciate everybody. Ghostwriters. People got ghostwriters. Now put them ghosts up in this chat, please. Call them people out that have ghostwriters. Put them ghosts in the chat. You know what I mean? We got to do that. Clean paper. We need some rocks in the chat for clean. Just hitting somebody on camera ain't gonna do it. You still got to battle. Rocks in the chat for clean. He's been running off on deposits. He got to get them rocks in the chat. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sugar Black with the ghostwriting in the chat. It is what it is. But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come and subscribe. Look at that. Y'all ghost written people. The chat. It's got ghosts all in it. Look what y'all doing up in here. Looks like Halloween up in the chat. Let's see the ghost-written people wean themselves out of this one. But shout out to everybody